I am not prepared to pay money to the BBC so that they can systematically lie to the British. It's no longer a criminal offence. So although I say you can take it to jail if you like, actually they can't any longer take it to jail. They can't even fine you for not paying your license fee. It's a civil matter between you and the BBC. But I was involved in the campaign that destroyed Mrs. Thatcher's poll tax. And what destroyed Mrs. Thatcher's poll tax was the fact that hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people refused to pay it. If enough of us refuse to pay our BBC license fee, the entire thing will come crashing down. And I'm asking you to join me in that. Or they can negotiate with us. They can say, come and tell us what your complaints are. They could address our grievances. But as long as they continue to be a big lie machine, I, for one, am not going to pay for it. And I hope you'll join me in that. Now, the second thing that we can do something about must, I'm afraid, bring me to some party politics. The vast majority of members of parliament are supporting Israel in this conflict. Why? I don't understand. I honestly don't understand why, and I've been in politics a very long time. I would have thought the time was right for politicians, for a political party, to stand up and be clear and tell the truth about Palestine. It's certainly working for us. You've all come to our meeting. People are joining Respect at a record rate. If you want to do that, go to the website, respectparty.org. I think there's also a leaflet around here. It's working for us. Why can't they see it would work for them? Why are all these politicians so terrified of the Zionist lobby? Well, the answer is they're more afraid of them than they are of you. And that's what's got to change. You see, if they think you're going to support them anyway, whatever they do, whatever they don't do, whatever they say, whatever they don't say, you've got no choice. You have to vote for them. As long as they feel that way, why should they do any different? Why should they upset the Zionists if you're going to vote for them anyway? Better to take your vote and not upset the Zionists. Think about it. It's obvious. You have to make them as afraid of you as they self-evidently are afraid of the Zionist lobby. Now here I want to make something very clear. When I say Zionist lobby, I do not, repeat, do not mean Jews. There are huge numbers of Jews on our demonstrations. Some of them are rabbis. Some of them are marching at the front on a Saturday, having walked all the way from North London because their religion doesn't allow them to take any form of automated transport. We even had, on our first demonstration 2 weeks ago, you may have seen the picture, a rabbi climbed up on top of a London bus and stood there with his placard. Secular Jews, left-wing, progressive Jews, we have actually as a proportion, more Jews in our campaign than we have anybody else. Think about the numbers and you'll see that I'm right. So I'm not talking about Jews. We have no quarrel with Jews. Absolutely none. And if I see anybody employing fascist or Hitlerist or anti-Semitic arguments or pictures, I strike them, block them, ban them, and shun them. And you should do the same. In fact, our claim is that Zionism is destroying all that was great about the Jewish people. It has led the Jewish people down a blind alley, which has led them to this. And where is this? This is not the Holocaust, and people should not compare it to the Holocaust. The Holocaust was the systematic, industrialized annihilation of perhaps 10 million people, more than half of whom were Jews. They built factories to murder people. This is not the Holocaust. But the Israelis are behaving like Nazis. Collective punishments are a Nazi tactic. When the partisans in occupied Europe struck against the Nazi occupying force, the Nazis lined up entirely innocent people and shot them dead, killed them, executed them in a collective punishment. If you have partisans in this town, then we're going to kill you until you expose who they are. This was denounced all over the world as heinous, Hitlerite, collective punishment. Yet somehow we're told by the media and the politicians here in the West that it's acceptable when it's happening in Gaza. This is not the Holocaust, but it is the Warsaw Ghetto. This comparison I insist upon because I happen to know quite a lot about it. The Jews in Warsaw were rounded up by the Nazis and put in a ghetto behind barbed wire, which they patrolled with their guard dogs and their guns, watchtowers, ready to fight.